is to all my friends that are going through some really tough times now. And at our age, which I'm 55 now, if you haven't gone through tough times, you probably will at some point. I wanted to tell you a little story. I made something for you at the end of this video, but the story I want to tell you goes back to the late 1990s when I was going through another surgery. It's probably my 25th or so. It was serious brain surgery. They were going to go through my mouth, and it was very, kind of dangerous. I was really concerned about it, and I cried out to the Lord like crazy for help, and He began to whisper in my ear, literally, words of a song, a brand new song. Now, to give you a little background, you may have heard the story of the 3 Hebrew children back in the story of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were actually advisors to the king. They weren't children by that time. They were advisors. And the king made a statue and said everybody has to bow down. And they refused because they would only worship God that we know and love. And they refused. And so the king got really angry. So angry that his face became contorted and unrecognizable. And he ordered them thrown into the fire. Except he ordered the fire heated up 7 times as hot. So he had them thrown in the fire, and the guys, the soldiers that were among his best soldiers that threw them in the fire, they got burned up because it was so hot. And so the king began to wonder what was happening, and he looked down into the furnace and he could see Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and a 4th person. And he's like, what? Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire? But yet, I see a 4th man walking around with them. And his face is like the Son of God. And of course, we know God saved those Hebrew advisors to the king. The king got them out of there, and he elevated them and made it legal for them to worship their God. So during this time, I'm going through this preparation for surgery and stuff. The things that God began to tell me were that He had walked with me in the desert, and He had pulled me out of dark and muddy places, and He had rescued me, and now He's going to stand with me in the fire. And that in fact, in this fiery time is a time that I would actually see Him in my life and feel Him in my heart even more. And so I'm going to sing this song for you. But before I do, I want you to know this is what the Lord was reminding me of, speaking it to me, and I believe He's calling out to you and saying the same thing, and wanting you to know that, okay, yes, you're in the middle of a fire, but A, I'm with you, and B, I'm going to help you, and C, you can run the race set before you, because you will see me helping you. So I hope this encourages you. I hope you hear Him calling you. I walked with you in the desert, and I pulled you out of the mire. I helped you in the day of trouble. Now I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. There's already a place where I proved my love for you. You can find it where my grace took your sin and left an empty tomb. But if you really need something more to believe, then I give my word to you. I've walked with you all your life, and this day I stand with you. This day I fight for you. This day I rescue you. I stand with you in the fire. Now I walked with you in the desert, and I pulled you out of the mire, and I helped you in the day of trouble. Now I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. So run the race with all you've got, because this is your story. That you see my face when the fires are hot, and you stand with me in glory. Come on and walk with me in glory. Come on and run with me in glory. Stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. Oh, come on and run. Come on and run. I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. Now come on and run. I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. I stand with you in the fire. Now come on and run.